Welcome everyone. We are live. Welcome to everyone online. Aloha. We are here at the Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, where we practice a beautiful philosophy, a powerful philosophy called the science of mind and spirit. And we know that life doesn't just happen. We don't believe in happenstance. We believe in making life powerful. And that's why we meet here every Sunday, because the way we make life powerful is by recognizing that we are powerful and we are the ones that manifest our life and are manifesting our destiny right here and right now in this present moment. So thank you for joining us. I see some new faces.
And as we continue to charge up here, can I just say you look absolutely beautiful?
Well, thank you.
Absolutely beautiful.
I won't
Not
say where
that
I
you're
got
not
it.
important. Oh, stop. Really? This whole thing? Okay, so just, if you're new here for the very first time, yes, this is who I am, and I continue to be that. So who's here for the very first time? Because I noticed some stuff. Oh, yes.
Welcome.
Well, we found out some things about you, and we're going to announce it not only here, but we're going to let everybody on there know too. So you ready? Okay, let me see. Let me see first. Okay, you are magnificent.
Yes.
And I bet, and you're thinking, what a relief that is, because I thought you really knew some other stuff. That was what the Willow guy looked. But let me tell you, we know that about you because we discovered it, right, about ourselves. So you turned into our mirrors. We found out we were magnificent, and then we looked at you, and we knew you were magnificent. So we thought that we were the only ones here, but we do have a camera that's peering down on us, and there might be somebody, and I do believe there is. Rob's shaking his head. Welcome back, Rob. And welcome, Giorgio, today for right here on sound. And so let's let those people in the camera that are eavesdropping so beautifully here, let them know who they are. You are magnificent. Now put your hand on your heart if you dare and say, I am magnificent.
Oh my God, look who just walked in the door.
One more time, I am magnificent.
I am magnificent.
And Michael and Carrie just walked through this door. Let them know it's been too long and who they are. You are magnificent. Now look to your left, right. I'm exhausted. Just tell somebody who they are. You are magnificent. You are magnificent.
You are magnificent.
You are magnificent. Looking so beautiful.
Loya,
Girl.
hi. It's nice to see you up front.
Yeah,
you are magnificent.
Loya's in the front
All right,
seat
I think
today.
we have an opening
You're
song.
magnificent.
You ready?
Okay, ready? You ready for a magnificent opening song? Yeah.
I'm gonna wash the dust off my soul. I'm gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may. I'm making a beautiful day. I'm gonna drive my car into the sea. Swim out far, cause I believe waves will wash the gray away. I'm making a beautiful day. Let me hear you say, ooh, my mind. I'm learning to fly. I said, hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget that we're alive. Sing with me. Ooh, my mind. We're learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget that we're alive.
I'm not going to forget I'm alive, Kyle, Luis. What I know is that right here and right now, something wonderful is happening. Can you feel it? It's vibrating through us, as us. It's not going anywhere, Loya. It's not going anywhere. It's right here, right now. It's in every single person in this room and every single person on that camera and every single person on this incredible island of Kauai and all of the islands and all of the world. There is not a place where it is not. Now we can breathe, right? Take a nice deep breath in. Oh. Doesn't that feel good to celebrate who we are? And that's what we're doing here, right now. Celebrating Spirit running through us as us. The wonderful, wonderful, wonderful big idea that had each and every one of our names on it. Breathed the life into us. So with that, I just say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to dance the breath of life, knowing that each breath that we breathe is the breath of good, the breath of God. There is nothing opposite of itself. And so today we have come to celebrate our true identity, celebrate that true identity of good, of God. And with that, I just simply release it to the law of my being that always says what? Yes. What does it say?
Yes.
Yes. And we let it be, and so it is.
So it is.
I'm making that beautiful day. Let me hear you say, ooh, my mind. I'm learning to fly. I said, hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget that we're alive. Ooh, my mind. I'm learning to fly. I said, hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget that we're alive. Ooh, my mind. We're learning to fly. I said, hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget that we're alive.
Thank
Kyle
you,
and Luis. Yeah.
Ah,
Rita,
okay.
Rita, just look to your left for a second. I know we'll say it at the end, but look at that. Kiana, I'm feeling like we could do the whole place. Just like this. I did let Kiana know that if there's an elephant missing, not to worry. It's in good hands. Oh, thank you, Kiana. Thank you for your continuous. Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to invite up the beautiful, amazing Reverend Diane, Reverend D. Come on
Yes.
up. Yes. And
I
our-
totally am. What am I doing?
D, I like
You
the
are
purple thing. It's
leading us in
Should I pray?
meditation. Yes,
Should we
leading
pray?
us in meditation.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. We're going to take a few moments and just turn within and center ourselves in peace. That we could be a place where peace goes out into the world through us every day, everywhere we go. So we'll just take a moment now. Immersing ourselves in the vibration of peace that we send out from this place. Right here and right now, I take a moment to remember that peace begins within our own hearts when we acknowledge the sacred presence within us and know that that sacred presence is within all. And so in this moment, from this place of divine connection with the One, I speak my word. Knowing that there is no place where God is not. It is in and through all people everywhere. Everywhere. The power, the presence, and the peace of God is expressing through all life. All the time. And so knowing this truth, I know that God is peace. God is wisdom. God is beauty. God is divine right action. God is creativity. And so as I stand grounded in this truth, knowing this is the truth about me, knowing this is the truth about all life, I allow the presence to move through me now. I allow the presence to speak this word through me now, knowing that there is a divine flow of energy that is moving in and through everything, everywhere present, releasing our bodies, releasing our experience from any discord of any kind. There is a great healing going on this planet right here, right now, as we stand grounded in this word. There is no place for discord. There is no place for violence. There is no place for disrespect. There is no place for any of that in the love of God. And so I ground myself today and every day and ground us as a community in that peace of God. And as we stand grounded, as we move about our day, as we move in and through our jobs, as we drive on the road, we bring with us the divine flow of energy. We bring with us the creative self-expression. We bring with us the abundance of spirit. We bring with us the healing energy that touches, blesses, and goes out into the world, making it new. We release the old and open the door to the new and allow it to come forth in its perfect expression. It's already perfect, right, guys? It's already perfect. It's already perfect. And in that perfection, we live, we move, we express, we interact, we work, we do what is ours to do on this plane. And so with great gratitude, I see it. As already known and done in the mind of God, there is only perfection happening, regardless of what it looks like. And we allow it to come forth through each one of us, as only we can do. We're here on purpose. And so the word is spoken. I just know it is. I can feel that it is. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so I stand in that. I release my word to the law of mind and spirit, allowing it to do its perfect work in my life, in your life, in everybody's lives. If you agree with the word I have spoken, center within yourself now and join me in saying, and so it is.
It is.
Mahalo.
Surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, there may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment, every day, and I'm more loving every moment, every day. I will surrender every moment, every day.
I love it. Thank you, Reverend Diane, for that powerful treatment. And thank you, Kyle and Louise, for singing that beautiful Karen Drucker song, I Will Surrender. Actually, I think it's called the Morning Prayer. Yeah, even though you think of it as I Surrender. So, okay, so we are here to talk about, well, actually, we are going to do something different today.
Of course.
I already warned Diane, so Reverend Diane. So,
Why'd you do that?
because I'm a nice person.
Oh. I see.
Okay,
Michael and
so
Terry, some things have not changed, as you know.
that card won't do us any good. Okay, so we're going to pick a card that has a quote from the Science of Mind textbook in it, written by Ernest Holmes. And we are just going to expound on the quote. We don't know what we're going to get, right, Reverend Diane?
School days, school
Okay.
I got two.
days.
Oh, you got two. Which one do you want?
Mind and spirit.
Okay. Oh, it's a long one.
We do not create laws and principles, but discover and make use of them. Let us accept this position relative to what we see. Let us accept this position relative to the laws of mind and spirit and see what we can do with them, rather than how we may contradict their existence.
Ooh. It's so interesting that was picked
Everybody's,
for today, because today is about big ideas.
And allowing.
And
And
allowing,
allowing is
yeah.
our theme.
So I think the first part is we don't create the laws and the principles.
No. We just, there's laws in the universe, right? There's gravity, there's electromagnetism, there's quantum physics, there's
Cause and effect.
consciousness. Thank you.
It's always conscious.
There's always consciousness. There's also the laws of cause and effect. There's laws of giving and receiving. There is the law of reciprocity, as Ernest Holmes calls it. We can pretend we don't know what these are. And we can jump off a building and we're still going to hit the ground. We can pretend that we don't know that there's a law of consciousness and a law of cause and effect, and we can just put out all kinds of stuff out there in the world and think that it's not going to come back to us. But it will. And so allowing is moving with the laws of the universe and allowing them to do their perfect work in our lives. in concert with, not pushing against. I was in a CPR
great.
class yesterday. You're not. I can't stop yet.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
right. I'm not wanting you to stop. I didn't tell you
not
to
gonna do
stop.
that.
I was in a CPR class yesterday, and one of the things they were teaching us about was drowning, because that's a tragic event that happens on Kauai way too frequently. And the instructor reminded us that if you just allow the current to take you and relax and move out of it instead of swimming against it, your life will be saved. But if you swim against the current and keep trying to get back the way you came, you're going to wear yourself out and you could drown. So that is how I think of the laws of the universe. I can push against it, I can push against it, I can keep trying to go back the way I came. Keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. What do they call that? Insanity.
The sign of an idiot. Or the sign of an idiot.
I can do that, or I can say, I allow the divine energy of spirit to move through me and change my life, to move me forward in ways that, wow, what a gift that is to be able to do that. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
And there's
perfect.
an addition to that too. I like that, let it go when you're out in the ocean. Or there's also time to know where you're at in your own evolution. And I'll tell you where I'm at, if that were me. Our beautiful Kelly, who we do not have with us, Jelly, he told me, we were out at Polahale, and he said, Patrick, do not go in the water, because if that were to occur for me, I would fight it, because I'm not, my consciousness, I don't know how to do that because I haven't adjusted to it. So for me, I would have to just wait and stay on the shore and not go in. I think they tell us a lot on Kauai not to do that, because it's a nice thing to say that we could trust that. And I trust spirit, but I don't know if I trust the current that I'm not familiar with. So for us in spirituality, we can allow that and to know exactly where we are and to act accordingly. So that's a little thing that came up, because I know how terrified I am when that analogy comes up, because
Sorry to terrify you first thing Sunday.
it's okay, you've done it before.
Okay.
It's okay, but on one little note, how has this month? We don't need to do another card out.
I wasn't going to.
But on another note, we're all
He's on a
bossy
roll
today, aren't we? We're all bossy. So how has this month, since it'll be very close to having over, how have you adjusted with the word allowing in your life this month?
I have just had the opportunity in May. May's been an interesting month for me. Anybody else?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
For
Yeah.
this-
It's just been an interesting month. I'm not sure what's going on, but allowing whatever is going on to just be what it is. And when I have pushed against that and not wanted to allow, what I find in myself is I become overwhelmed. I become stressed. I don't know what to do. And so it's not panic, but it's like, what do I do? What do I do about this? Why is this happening? That kind of thing. And when I just allow it, it moves through. So allowing it to move through has been my lesson for May. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Moving through, allowing? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I think it was
Should
a
I do
good-
the affirmation?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
we
All
should.
So I'm going to read this month's affirmation once, and then if you'll repeat it with me twice, I'd appreciate it. This month's affirmation is, I allow the universal power to live as me. I allow the universal power to live as me. I allow the universal power to live as me. Mahalo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I am grateful thank you, Reverend Diane. I am grateful for this next song. This song was written by a very special person in my life, Reverend Dr. James Mellon. It comes from one of his musicals called A Boy Called Lizard, and based on the short story, A Boy Called Lizard. Anyway, so I asked Kyle to sing it, and there it goes. And Luis, thank you for joining him.
Song titled And So It Is.
And so it is.
Once there was a man who longed to sail the sea, though no one ever had before. His only thought was, why not me? And so he built a boat, the first one of its kind, exactly how he saw it in his mind. Once there was a man who dreamed that he could fly. He never questioned how he would. He never stopped to wonder why. He made a pair of wings and jumped into the blue. He knew he had to make his dream come true. See it, dream it, until you know. Take it and make it until it's so. And so it is. Once there was a man like you and me. He wanted more than what he saw. He heard a voice that set him free. It said the world is good. It said that you should know you're part of everything that makes it grow. It doesn't matter what you're taught or what you've learned. You can fly, you can soar. Doesn't matter what, it's never been done before. It just takes one to open the door. Once there was a man, might as well be you. Build your boat and make your wings. Dream the things you want to come true. Let your soul remember who you are. There is nothing to hide, nothing too far. If you can see it, dream it until you know. Take it, make it until it's so. If you can see it, dream it until you know. Take it and make it until it's so. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is.
Thank you to Scott DeTurk and James Mellon, and to you two for making that a reality at CSL Kauai. Wow. What great words, right? Sound science of mind? Sound universal? That's what happens when beautiful people that know that truth write music. And there's so many people in the New Thought movement that write music like that. And Dr. James Mellon happens to be one of those creative, talented people. So, but then so are we, and that's what the song tells us, is that we are that person, that one man. We are that one man, one woman that is capable of whatever it is that we can dream is possible. And that's what I want to talk about today, because I started my week opening up the Science of Mind text and starting to read the Declaration of Principles. And I was reminded by Bob Proctor, who recently, motivational coach, who recently passed away, that he would open a book to a certain page or paragraph, and he would read it over and over and over and over and digest it until he felt like he could actually be that in his life. So I worked on this principle this week, and it's the first principle in the Declaration of Principles. If you have the Science of Mind, it's at the very front of the book. I don't know if it's in all. Actually, I don't know if it's in all editions, but in mine it is. It's going to sound like a lot of words, but I'm going to break it down. It's very scientific. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one, indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all of creation, but it is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe, that would be us, is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of spirit. Yeah, it's pretty powerful, right? So I read that and I thought to myself, if this is true, and I believe that it is, then why would we have any issues with anything? Why would we think we couldn't manifest something that we wanted to manifest in our life, or shift our life, or change our life? So when he says the power is indestructible, this is scientific. I looked it up. Scientific. The total amount of energy and matter in the universe remains constant, merely changing from one form to another. The first law of thermodynamics, conservation, states that energy is always conserved. It cannot be created or destroyed. It's indestructible. And just like we were saying in that quote, there's energy. It is us. We are breathing it. It is breathing us, and it is indestructible. Even when we leave this form, our breath, our energy goes elsewhere and recreates itself. So why would we have any trouble manifesting anything that we want in our lives? Why? Ask yourself that question throughout here, if you're having an issue with something in your life. And I don't know about you, but I'm always growing. I'm always changing. I'm always expanding. That's what energy does. It, in me as Rita, it expands. Consciousness is wanting to be more at all times. So, okay. He also says the power is absolute, which he defines in the glossary of terms by saying it's unaffected by opinions and desires or beliefs of men. So this energy is unaffected by anybody's belief or desires or opinions. It's unaffected. Now we might say, oh, well, it is done unto us as we believe. That's true. But the energy isn't affected by what we believe. It's only manifested through us as we believe. It's still there in all its greatness, in all its glory, in all its magnificence, moving through all of creation. And as much of it as we feel that we can believe and absorb is manifested through us. Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense to me, right? Because we could say, oh, yeah, well, yeah, the smallness comes from us not totally embodying it, or at least growing to embody it. Science. The universe itself is a closed system, so the total amount of energy in existence has always been the same. The form that energy takes, however, is constantly changing. Saying the same thing over again. So the form that changes is changing because of our beliefs, so it is done unto us as we believe. But this indestructible first cause, this energy, I've been doing my treatments this week because I've had a lot of requests for prayer this week and treatment, and most of it has to do with illness. That there is a cause that's perfect. It's indestructible, and it's at the root of everything. And it trumps everything. It trumps any possible occurrence that could be occurring in your body in the world of form. Behind that, there is an energy that is perfect, that is just waiting for us to wake up for it, to wake up to it, that would wipe anything out of the way that needs to be wiped out of the way. And right now, I have a song. It's called, We Don't Talk About COVID. No, no, no. We don't talk about COVID, and I'm not going to talk about it, but it seems that, without saying the name, that's been a lot on our consciousness lately. And we've made it into a god that's indestructible. self-existent, first cause, and it's not. It has no law to support it. Only what we give it through our thought and our minds and the power that we give it. Does it mean it doesn't exist? On some plane of action, it doesn't exist, but it exists for us now. But the only reason it exists is because we keep holding it in place and we keep thinking about it and we keep making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And frankly, I'm done. Plus, I've already had it and I'm still standing here. And I understand all of that other stuff, but I don't understand it because I am ready now for us to all move forward. And, you know, now they're thinking of something new. So get ready. There's always going to be something else until we go back to we believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existing cause. And that's what I choose to know is true. And it's self-existent because it doesn't need anything but itself. You don't need anything but yourself. You have a power within you that's greater than anything outside of you, anything that you're looking at. And one of the reasons that is that, how do I want to say this? What I went to before, why aren't we doing it? It's because what we're doing instead, and I'm just generalizing but what we tend to do is to look to the outside. We call it secondary causation. We tend to look to the outside and say that's what is, and we try to create from that place. We continue to create from that place because we can't, like the song of the boy that thought he could fly and the boy that wanted to sail the seas even though nobody had ever done it before. What we have to do is think of those things that we've never done before and allow them to be so without looking at what already has taken place, because what already has taken place has no merit with what we want to create in our lives. So that would mean letting go of our past. That would mean letting go of anything that in our past that we feel is holding us back. Anything, any relationship, any feelings about a relationship, any feelings about money, any feelings that we never could do this. We have to let go of all of that and go back to we believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existing cause. It's really simple for me. The title of our talk this week is Big Ideas Allowed Only, or Only Big Ideas Allowed, or however we put it. You know, Ron Stover made up the title. Okay, because when we get done, he's not here right now, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. When we get done with service, Angela's always going, what's the talk title for next week? And sometimes we're stumped. Like, we knew what we wanted it to be about, but we couldn't figure out how to say it in the right way. And Ron Stover came up with, I still don't even know what it is. Only Big Ideas Allowed. So, this would make sense, right? If we believe in one power, self-indestructible, first cause, and that it's moving through us as us, then we would only allow big ideas to move through us. Good ideas, loving ideas. If we really knew that our thoughts were things, if we really just believed that, and it is, because where else are the things coming from but from our thoughts, from our consciousness? We would only allow big ideas. And it takes really big ideas to live in this world. And we are being asked to really think big and to not be afraid and to have faith. And what is faith? It's not blind faith. Blind faith means, oh, I'll just see what happens. I have faith. No, faith, real true faith, is saying, I know my life is moving forward in the most perfect way. That's not blind faith. That's saying, I know because I know there is only one power, one self-existent, indestructible first cause that's moving through me and moving my life. So, yeah, we can move all the stuff out of the way into the nothingness from which it came and create something new. I know that we can do that. So, we have choice. We're going to use our choice, right? Now, I just want to this last point, because this was really important to me this week. There's a book by John Randolph Price called The Abundance Book. Who's read it? We've all done the project at one time in our life when we feel like, oh, we need that reassurance. It's a great little book. It's a little green book, and you can put it in your pocket or your purse or whatever. But this is why big ideas are important. He says, the universe does not compensate individuals based on the activity of work, but on the activity of consciousness. Accordingly, if you feel your life is empty and useless, that your work is insignificant, that the things that you are yours to do are really meaningless, then you will be pressing out of the universal substance and income directly related to that consciousness. Insignificant, trivial, useless, and valueless. That's harsh, but it's so true. What does it come back to for all of this is our own self-worth, our own ability to believe that we're in this world and we matter. We're in this world and we have something important to do. We're in this world and what we do is valuable. It's worth it. It's worth everything. We make a difference. Each one of us makes a difference. We don't have to be the leader of a church or a center or an organization or anything. We can just be ourselves and have that value for ourselves. And then it has to show up, because otherwise it's showing up the other way. And I've seen it both ways for myself. I have to remind myself of this all the time, to have my self-worth and to say I'm worthy of whatever it is I want to create in my life. I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy. And I have it because of what I said at the beginning. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existing cause. And that's who we are. That's what's moving through us. And as much of it as we can embody, we can have as our lives, as much of it as we can embody. And we can't embody it if we don't feel worth it. And if we don't take it and use it and take it into action, because action is the final step. We have to be able to act upon it before we even see it. We have to act upon it. And I know there's people here sitting in front of me that know what I'm talking about, probably all of you. But I'm thinking of certain individuals, I'm not mentioning any names, that have taken the faith, not blind faith, but the faith to say, this is my time. This is what I'm doing right now. This is how I'm moving forward. This is it. And I trust the universe to move through me. I trust the universe to power my engine as I need it to be powered, and to attract the people to me that I need to attract to myself in order to fulfill what it is my highest good and my highest place of service, because it's always about service, whether you're making money with it or not. It's service. We're in service. That's what we do. We're in service. So I'm really passionate about this week, and I highly invite you to take some time for self-analysis and commitment. Dr. Holmes in his book says, look into your own past and find out what you are afraid of, and convince the mentality that there's nothing to fear. Look the world squarely in the face. Sift the mentality to its depths, removing every obstruction that inhibits the free flow of those great spiritual revelations. Or realizations, revelations, it's the same thing. So that's it. Like, we have to look into our own souls and see what's stopping us, if anything is stopping us, and allow ourselves to make that commitment to look. And it's not easy to look at ourselves sometimes, but if we're looking at ourselves from who we truly are, it's powerful, it's wonderful, and we just get to think of that more. It's like taking a glass of water. Ernest Holmes uses this, Bob Proctor uses it, it's not original. Taking a glass of water that's dirty, and I don't mean dirty, I don't even like that word, cloudy consciousness, because water represents consciousness, and pouring pure water into it. Pouring pure. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one absolute, indestructible, self-existing cause. That's who I am. Keep pouring it into that glass of water, your own consciousness. And what has to happen is it has to move out of the way and become clear. And the person with the clearest consciousness is the person that is moving as spirit, who is manifesting the life that they want. And each of us wants something different in our life. Each of us has some different passion. Each of us has some different way of being, and that's all good. So I'm done. And so it is.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a hero's welcome be waiting for me, where the crowds will cheer when they see my face. And a voice keeps saying, this is where I'm meant to be. I'll be there someday. I can go the distance. I will find my way. If I can be strong, I know every mile be worth the while. When I go the distance, I'll be right where I belong. Down an unknown road to embrace my fate. Though that road may wander, it would lead me to you. And 1,000 years would be worth the wait. It might take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through. And I won't look back. I can go the distance. I'll stay right on track. I won't accept defeat. It's an uphill slope, but I won't lose hope till I go the distance and my journey is complete. Like a shooting star, I will go the distance. I will search the world. I will face its harms. I don't care how far. I can go the distance till I find my hero's welcome waiting in your I'll be there someday. I can go the distance. I will find my way. If I can be strong, I know every mile be worth the while. When I go the distance, I'll be right where I
Yeah. You are right here where you belong, the two of you. And you're right here where you belong, all of you. And online and right here. And thank you, Rita, for that powerful message today. I was thinking, I had an interview, if you want to call it that, with a podcast person I was recommended to. Very prestigious. And so I was out on the beautiful Kauai path, and I was doing all that stuff that I always teach not to do. Like, okay, I had to take this like resume of my life all of a sudden, you know, like oh my God, what if he asks this? And what am I really, and I realized how many incarnations I have had in my life. And I went, wow. And so even if I never had the meeting, I was impressed. And I went over it, and then I realized that I'm not any of that anymore anyway. And so I say this not because it's on here, but because I was thinking of what Rita said. And what was so beautiful about this moment with this gentleman that I went on Zoom with on the East Coast is that we never talked about any of that. It was as though we had known each other forever, and we were talking all this kind of deep stuff, like, why are we here and all of that. I was like, I realized we're in the middle of this conversation, and nobody has mentioned anything about the center or what he does. I mean, I did my research on him, but I looked and said where he came from. And what was beautiful about it was it dawned on us as we were talking, and we went, oh my God, this is like the first moment in time. I just know you we don't care, we're just starting where we were. And I went, that is beautiful. And I told him that. He's a young man. He could be my, not grandson, but older son or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, and he felt the exact same way, and we just felt his comfortability. But I asked him a question based on what Rita was talking about. If we're this power, because he goes, I don't believe in coincidences and this, and the universe is conspiring in our favor, and it was just like, my brother, we both were speaking the same language, and it was wonderful. And I said, if we're this powerful, what are we doing? What's the world doing? Tell me. And I said, and this is important to me. If you're this powerful and I'm this powerful, why are we not using the full voltage of this incredible power? And he was like, I love the way you think, man. Dude, I love the way you think. And I'm telling you, and all of a sudden, I said, I want to know. He goes, are you asking me? I said, yeah, I actually do want to know. He said, because sometimes it feels too good to be true. And I went, bingo, man. He didn't know what bingo was, but I said, I'm kidding. I'm sure he knew what bingo was. But he did, and it stopped everything in this beautiful moment. And I went, why? And he goes, and also, because I've been so conditioned to believing I can't have it. And I was like, me, I laugh and cry all at the same time, and I'm like, my God. I said, you are so beautiful with your honesty right now. And he said, and the final thing is, I don't always think I deserve that power that you're talking about. And I went, yeah, we've all been to that rodeo once or twice. But he knew what a rodeo was, which is really, really powerful. So he actually, oh God, how much time? Anyway, he actually, he wants me to book me on his podcast because he just said he wanted he wants to talk about how I said I went into this meeting with my armor off. And that has been so long. Because but when we wake up, we kind of put some of it on just in case we meet that circumstance that we're going to need our armor. And I'm like, I walked in totally vulnerable, open, and just allowing myself to just be whatever came through. And that was and I said to him, I don't do this often. I mean, I consider myself authentic and vulnerable at times, but I also know that, Brene Brown says it perfectly. She says, we're so used to putting our armor on that by the time we get home at night, when we can take it off, it takes more time to take it off, so we just leave it on until the next morning. Would that be negativity, Brene Brown? Maybe. So I got a little poem from Ovid. Who knows Ovid? Yeah. He's that Roman poet. And I'm thinking, Ovid. Is it Ovid? Okay, this is what he says. You never know when and where your next miracle will appear. So be ready. Be open. Be cheerful. Receptive. Even expectant. And do not limit the shape and size in which your miracle can come. Sometimes the smallest keys turn the biggest locks. So be on the lookout today. Be ready. You ask for some help, and you're going to get it. Ovid. Sounds. I expected it to be in another language. When you say Roman, I was like, I don't know what I was expecting. Taoist. I don't know what but it was very, very modern for me. So I just want to go over a couple points on that. Because usually we do these quotes and then we move right along, right? So you never know when and where your next miracle will appear. So be ready, be open, be cheerful, receptive, even expectant. And in this philosophy, we should always expect it because we know that it is already so, if we let it be so. And we act as if it has already done. It is so great to act as though you have the money when it arrives. But how do you act that way before? And that's what leads to what I call some poverty, scarcity mentality. And it says, and do not limit the shape and size in which your miracle can come. That compromising and negotiating instead of going for the big, what we're talking about today. Sometimes the smallest keys turn the biggest locks. And Ralph Waldo, he says what? There is no great and no small to the soul that maketh all. And where it cometh, all things are, and it cometh from where? Everywhere. Oh, yes. So I had a revelation this week, and of course I'm going to share it with you. Here's the deal. Sometimes, and I grew up with hearing this, and in my sessions and in my wonderful psychology training, and people say, I have a fear of success. Fear of success. And I remember as a kid thinking, how the hell does that work? And I remember thinking, I was 6 years old saying hell, but it's okay. No, I was thinking, because I would always go, no, I'm not really, my fear is really about achieving. I'm thinking, something doesn't work here. Because the fear is maybe, not that you're going to get it, but I realized this week, the fear comes not from thinking too big. The fear that I have in my life is thinking too small. Because I'm in conditions. And I'm thinking, well, what happened to that? And I'm trying to fix it. And then I go to everybody and ask their opinion of it. And what do you think? Well, they're not thinking big anyway. So why am I asking that same opinion? I want somebody that says, there's nothing too big for you, man. Take it all. Take it all. And then you think, well, yeah, but what about them? They don't have that. And then by that time you're exhausted. And all you're doing is then you just go for another beer and then you forget the whole damn thing even happened. But do you remember the Three Stooges? Woo! Remember what they said? Hey, what's the big idea? Remember? Hey, what's the big idea? But the word only works if you say, hey. Because if you say, what's the big idea? That's a good question. But if you go, hey, what's the big idea? Oh, do you feel the tone? Do you feel the frequency? And so I actually played a couple of their things, and they would go, they slap, hey, what's the big idea? And I'm glad I didn't use that on my podcast yesterday, because you'd go, three who? Three wise men? No. So what it's really saying is, hey, what's the big idea is, how dare you? What's the big idea? Who do you think you are? And that gets in the way of creating big. Mm. Does it not? Of course. It's like, hey, who do you think you are to dream that big? And then my question is, who are you not to dream that big? And then it's like, Oh, it's exhausting, Mary. It's so good to see you today, by the way. It's nice, but it does get exhausting. So my message today and my question for you is, what's your big idea? And we're not talking about that you have to, change the whole planet, even though that would be a lovely big idea. And I'm thinking my big idea, and I was telling Rita, we have a lot of big plans these days, and I was saying, what are you really afraid of? And yesterday I did some inner child work because my little inner child came out and decided that he was going to get all scared. And he was going, okay, now you've just gone far enough with this big idea. Can't we just go under the covers for just a little while and just be there? You know that one, yeah. Oh, you're getting too big for your britches. And none of us like that, do we? Oh my God, this stuff just comes. I'm just letting you know that there's not a thing written there with that. But I want to just talk about another big idea that sits on the wall, and sometimes people look at it and some people don't. In October, in 2013, 13, we came on vacation, and on a napkin, which I tried to find for you, I drew this little thing, and I'm thinking, now it just becomes now it's just sitting up there, and everybody, is that your vision? Yeah, 9 years ago. And then I'm looking at it, I'm going, what does that really mean? And then I had Rebecca DeRuse, who's probably watching right now online. I had her condense it. Why? I have no idea. But I wanted her to make it more that this is the CSL Kauai home. And then I asked the question yesterday. I remember at the hotel going, next year, we're breaking ground. Oh, it's all puffed up. Yep. Indestructible cause. Yeah, next year. 7 years ago. But this isn't about beating oneself up. This is about, I want to know why this big idea is not here. And it is, exactly. But you can only use that one for so many years. I mean, on 20 years, I would like to not go, yeah, but it's not really, it's here. It's inside of me, my consciousness. And so what I'm saying is that there's something more to that, because I'm not afraid of that. I'm afraid of all the piddly stuff that goes with it. Is there enough money? I don't know. And look, at hardly anybody signed up back there. How can we move forward? And I actually use this voice too, just so you'll know. And then what about the support? And what about this? And what about that? How do you create from that? You don't. You do not create from that. You create from the power that says, see, because when I think big, I was telling Rita this, when I think big, I can breathe. When I think big, bigger than even imaginable, I can breathe. When I think small, I am suffocated. I am suffocating. I am limited. I feel little. I feel small. I feel like nothing's possible when I start looking at all of the conditions around me, the money, the bank, all of that. Does that resonate to anybody, or is it just me standing out on a plank by myself? Just me, thank you. I love the support I get here at CSL. Now you wonder why my little kid wants to go underneath the blankets and run and hide. So here's the deal. We have something else in store. The New Thought Village, Kauai. And when I started thinking that way, I started going, ooh, something started tingling, right? My spidey senses started going off. And I went, that's what's happening. This is too small. This is too small. And then I went on and I was telling Rita, we are going to have the You Are Magnificent Institute. Yeah. And it is going to be an institute that nurtures and cultivates the only thing there is. And that is self-awareness and what? Say it again. Self-love. So we have a university, an institute. It's under this wonderful umbrella that we live in. Maybe CSL Kauai, and maybe this idea, and maybe this idea, and it's going to live in a village. And there's going to be people who they go, nobody wants to come to Kauai, they all go to Maui. Oh, gee whiz, let's have another small thinking. What if everybody was coming from Maui to Kauai? What if? What if? That's thinking big. And then, but here's the challenge for everybody. I'm all pumped, right? Chest all out, yeah. Big, big, big. Now, when I walk out those doors and I get in my car today, I got to have that same big idea. And not go, wasn't that fabulous? Yeah, give it up. Yeah. And then we go in and we get in our car and we go, there's Monday. Monday. We don't do that here on the island because we live in Kauai. But I want to share. Yes. You know our day off. Everybody does now because it's what our mentor feels guilty because it's our restorative day. And then he goes, I feel kind of weird when I call you and want to leave a message because you go, if this is our restorative day, well, go ahead and leave a message. If you would like, he goes, who wants to leave a message if you're restoring? I mean, but that's digressing, is it not? So Ernest Holmes, by the way, is our founder. And do not let looks deceive you. That man, he went around and he got things and he collected these incredible ideas and he didn't push them or shove them on anybody. He said, I'm going to tell you who you are, and that is you're the power of the entire universe. Turn it on or not. Here's the switch. Turn it on or not. You can have anything you want, anything. Nothing that you want is impossible. And you can either turn it on or not, or think of it for another day. But this is what he says. So what if the image and idea of limitation persists? We were having such a good time, weren't we? Well, this is what he suggests as a tool. You all love tools. I hear it all the time. I need tools. I need a fishing pole. I need to learn how to fish. I don't want just to fish. I want to learn how. Well, here's how to fish. Not that I know much about fishing, by the way. He or she then, when you have these limitations, he or she then begins to fill his or her thoughts with the idea of faith, the expectancy of good, and the realization of plenty. He or she denies anything and everything that contradicts the realization of this truth. And this goes back to where I began with that wonderful man that I was Zooming with about his podcast. We can't, and if you can, great. There's some water I want you to walk on too. But I'm going to tell you, here's the deal with that. Why that's so important. He or she denies anything and everything that contradicts the realization of that truth. Have you tried that for a day? If you're going through something, it's like, oh yeah, I totally get that. I totally get it. I'm vibing to that. I'm vibrating, yeah, to the frequency of the divine. Yeah, got it. Let's go. And then you get out in the car and then you go, wow, now how am I going to do that? And then you start getting all that. He's saying that we have to do this, so it means it's good. I know you're not going to like this. It's going to take some work. I wish I could tell you that you're going to go, wow, powerful. I am. And it's going to take you remembering every day with big ideas, whether it be homes or centers or whatever. It's going to take every moment for you to go, when you hear that little voice that says, man, have you looked at your conditions lately? Have you? Yes, I have. No, I have not. This is what I've looked at. I've looked at the power of who I am in every single moment. And you have to do it. And believe it or not, sometimes it doesn't matter. There's somebody watching right now that had a big idea, and that's Melissa Mojo. She left here not feeling very well at all in the physical realm. But she had a big idea, and guess what that big idea, and I hope you're listening, and I hope you're okay that I'm saying that. But here's the deal, because she watches every week. She had a big idea that maybe if I went to New York City, I might find a doctor that would dance with my belief system. And that I am bigger than anything, and I'm going to go there, and I'm going to attempt something. No, I'm not going to attempt it. I'm not coming back until I'm healed. She's got a ticket for May 31st. She had a big idea, and there's a lot of times I'm positive, because we know, I'm positive, my beautiful Melissa, that you weren't always going, I'm a healer, I'm going to heal. There was a lot of times you thought, what is this nonsense? This nonsense that keeps telling me to be positive when I feel like crap. That I feel like I might even die. Wow. I'm going to have a big idea. They keep telling me that, and if I say it enough, I'm going to believe it. And not only believe it, but to know that it's already there. So I congratulate you, Melissa, for you going out and saying, I have a big idea that it ain't over. I got some, so she'll be back next month relaxing and doing whatever she's going to be doing here. Oh, she's going to be taking her panels for practitioner. That's what she's going to be doing. So let that be your mission statement, and also go out in your world, your personal world, and find your big idea. Find your big idea. I was telling Rita that I woke up this morning and during the night. I know it's not real cheerful, but I was sitting there and woke up in the middle of the night and I went, I'm alive, man. What if I wasn't? And I kind of sat with that. And at first it scared me, you know. I'm thinking, and if I told Rita, she'd be like, why do you think that way? But actually what Rita says to me is this, don't even think about it. You even think about leaving, I will come get you and bring you back. And trust me, that woman is capable of doing that. So that's what I woke up and I just went, you know what? If I'm not going to live this big idea now, man, I don't know when. If we're not going to let the New Thought Village and the Institute of this You Are Magnificent, cultivating our self-love and nurturing who we are, then when? I love you. I love you. Namaste.
Thank you, honey.
Hello.
Hello. That was great. I'm all fired up.
Uh-oh. We're all fired up.
I do tell him that. I go, I will drag you back here. You just leave me. Anyway, thank you so much for the beautiful donations. I'm actually going to read the affirmation because I do love it. And it's short and sweet, but repeat it with me as you just take your donation, your contribution to Center for Spiritual Living, Kauai. And thank you to everyone online and for all the people that just show up every month, even when they're not here, and their donation shows up. It's a wonderful thing to know that, because this center is totally donation driven as far as that's concerned, and I'm grateful for that. And we've sustained and actually not even just sustained, we've thrived for 9 years here, and it's because of all of us pulling our beautiful resources together, and money is God in action. That's what it does, and it does wonderful things. So divine love consecrates my gift.
Divine love consecrates my gift.
It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless.
It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Returns to me
multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Say thank you.
Uh-oh.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, this
I'm so
Thank you.
so grateful. Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. my beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful life. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful life.
Thank you, Spirit, for moving in and through these generous people as abundance, for bringing this message to the world. Mahalo.
Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful friends. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful friends. Yeah. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
I was waiting for more. Okay.
I want to say thank you.
Come on,
All
Feren.
right, here come the kids. Yay. And Miss Janice.
Wow, let me see. Oh, he just had a birthday last week. I'm just saying. Just saying. Oh. Hold on.
Oh, microphone. Sorry about
It's right
that.
there. There you go. How you
Right,
doing,
what
Karen?
happened? Let's start on this side and we'll work to me.
We made these mandalas and we talked about like peace.
We read a book about teamwork and we read how teamwork is important and not to worry.
Yeah, we talked about the opposite of worry, and then we all worked together to write this poem, and I was delegated to read it. So, when you worry, you're not at peace. Let's say you just missed a flight to Greece. You would probably start to worry, and you would be running and start to hurry. But the plane has already flown away. Don't worry, there'll be a flight another day. Don't be mad, don't be sad. You can find peace in a situation that looks bad. Don't be stressed, think of the best. You're still alive, go and thrive. For you can drive and still arrive.
Can I have that? I love this. You guys could have done the whole talk today and probably shortened it than from me. Oh, wow. Thank you.
Did you
Wow.
guys write that together?
Wow.
Cool.
And I love that idea of, as if you miss the plane, don't worry about it because there's always another one taking off, right? There we go. My little
All
prophets.
right. Shall we tell them who they are?
Let's tell them who they are.
You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you.
Yeah.
We love you. Thank you, Miss Janice.
Thank you.
All right. Should we invite Charles up first?
Yeah.
No.
Charles.
Charles, why don't you come up first? We have a.
One thing while
Charles.
he's come, am I on? Oh yeah. The one thing that we have a lot going on, but we have to have a few people just go ahead and shout out some of the stuff that they're doing. So you don't have to. That's your thing.
It's your thing you're talking about.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We have the Spiritual Gangsters in Action coming up on June 3rd, Friday, June 3rd. And we are currently covering the creative process. So first we covered the mind, and now we're covering the soul or the subconscious mind. And luckily, I'm a practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming and hypnotherapy, so we're going to be incorporating that with the subconscious mind, as well as some of the things that we, of course, have with Ernest Holmes, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and Jose Silva. So it's going to be very fun to get in touch and to get in tune with the quantum field in the universe and start creating a whole lot more effectively and hopefully reprogramming ourselves in our belief system.
And that would be exciting only if you're from 18 to 35 years old.
Yes.
I know, because you're sitting there going, oh, that would be really fun. I'm going. And, well, you're not if you're over 35.
Yes.
So it's the young
But,
people,
yes,
18 to 35. I think you guys are trying to figure out where your audience
Yes. 18,
Yeah.
we count gray hairs, too.
Oh.
Too soon? No? nothing. I'm sorry
Okay.
about that.
Bye-bye. Give it up for Charles.
Get rid of him. Okay, that's Charles.
So this week we have the Desiree was going to do her Egypt trip. That has been rescheduled to the 16th
All right, so
for many reasons, but for good
let's
reasons.
come on up, hon.
For the 16th of June.
Yeah.
Right. So she's going. That's Desiree's doing a whole like PowerPoint
And-
on her trip and her UFOs and
It
a
was
whole
supposed
bunch
to be
of
this
stuff.
week, but it's not going to be. So,
Come on. Yeah.
you want to say something about your workshop? Oh, you
This
don't
is
have
Beth.
to. This I got.
Who's Hun? I was looking for Hun.
All right,
So
Beth.
I'm excited
I think you
because
heard
we're
me
going
wrong.
to have yoga here in June on Fridays from 12 to 1. So those of you who don't know me, I'm Beth Levin, and I'm a registered yoga teacher and a life and wellness coach, practicing yoga for 20 plus years with fabulous teachers, California, Bali. This yoga is a slow flow yoga. So anybody is welcome if you've never done yoga, if you've done yoga a while ago. So I really am good at helping people to modify for their bodies. We'll have some fun, be a chance to deepen your connection, mind, body, and spirit. So come with me, honor your body. It's $20 a class or $75 for the series for the month. Please invite your family and friends, and I'll be around for any questions. Join me.
And
Thank
the sign
you.
up is back there. Thank you.
Thank you,
Beth.
We are trying all sorts of new things.
That's
this
what we're
month.
doing here. We're putting everything out there to see what is being received and not being received, and that's the only way to find out what is of interest.
And now we have
And,
another glorious
and while
teacher.
he's coming up, I just want to just throw out the cinema this Friday, which is what? Biggest Little Farm. If you've seen it, it doesn't matter. Angela's on her third round of it at home because it is so powerful and it says so much. And if you think you know what it's about but you haven't seen it, you don't. So make sure that you come because it has a lot to do with us building our new Thought Village as well. So anyway,
6
on that
p.m.
note,
Friday.
we have there's a lot of endorsements going around these days. Politically, but I'm going to do an
you got a
endorsement
hat
for
made.
Dr. Look at you, all fun. This is Dr. Walt. He has a great program coming up, and I would like him to talk about it.
Yes, I am the Reverend Dr. Walt Weiss, and I am gay. In case if you didn't know that, okay. And
Everyone
for
in TV
many,
land.
many years, I did not think that it was possible to be who I am and be a person of faith. Because a particular book that we call the Bible was often used to bash me. That there were verses of Scripture that I was told that I was an abomination. And if you saw us at our Pride thing last year, I carried a sign that said, I am God's miracle, not
Yes.
God's mistake. So, but it took me a long time to understand that. So we are doing this one-night lecture on Thursday, June the 9th at 6 p.m., $20, one night only. There's a gay song in there somewhere.
One night only, one night only.
But anyway,
Why do I know it so well?
Love is love, a fresh look at what the Bible says about same-gender loving relationships. There are about 7 verses of Scripture that have been used to bash, to belittle, and to hurt people. And I want us to take a look at these verses in their cultural context and understand them. And I'll give you just a little tidbit. There is no word in the Greek or the Hebrew, in which the original language the Bible's books were written in, for homosexuality. Okay? So if you ever see a verse of Scripture that says the word homosexual in it, that is an interpretation and not a translation of what the Bible is really saying. So come and find out. Tell people about it. I envision this room, this
Yeah,
full,
I agree.
on
I
Thursday,
agree.
June
I
the
agree.
or more.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
for
June
stepping up.
9th at
June
6
9th.
o'clock. There's one thing I want to say about this too. This is not, for the gay community only. This is for the entire community to come and find this out. I remember when Dr. Walt asked about it, he goes, is this too controversial for CSL? And I'm thinking, really? Really, because we need to have this out more and more and let the entire community, online and off, know that this
Well,
is
one
existing.
of the tenets and things that we've been working on in CSL International, the
Right.
organization, is diversity and inclusivity. So this is another reason for this, is that this is a philosophy that is all inclusive and is diverse, and we want to celebrate that. So we want people to be unique and different, and all of us but to realize at the core of everything we are the same, because we are that. What did I say today?
Oh yeah.
We should know it memorized by now. That indestructible, self-existent first cause. So, which is love, which is
Right.
love.
And
All
so
right.
we have the Pride Parade that's happening right before that. And that is on June 4th. Oh, decorators on June
And
3rd.
Diane's going to come up and talk about something.
Yeah.
too.
Okay, so, but let me just finish off one thing about the Sacred Healing Circle. I hardly ever do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. If you have never been to one, please attend. I hardly ever do that. But this is a highly underrated it's the only thing at CSL that I'm shocked at. Because if I didn't have a lot of calls and we didn't have people that were requiring and asking for healing, I would be okay. So I don't understand, and it's okay, you don't have to answer it now. I just don't understand why we can't even get people in the door for this circle. Because this is an opportunity for you to just come and bathe in healing. And reveal, and it's nothing you have to do except just receive. And maybe that's what we need to take a look at. It is the 13th, thank you.
All right. We have one more thing here.
It is, thank you. May 31st, we'll end the month of allowing. What a perfect way to end the month. And it is at 6:30 to about 7:15, 7:30.
What?
We have an
Third
elder in our
June.
community.
I don't ask Angela.
We have an elder in our community who needs support from our community. And so I am asking, Analia Russell has, a meal train has been created for her. She needs help with getting to doctor's appointments and picking up her mail and those kinds of things. If you are available to assist, I am the contact at CSL to connect you with the people who know what she needs right now. And so see me after service if you are able to help in any way during the week. We appreciate you. We appreciate our community, and we are here for you. So let us be here for everyone, right?
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
So thank
Anna
you.
Lee,
So
I
eventually
know-
this will be a program that we have.
She lives in Kauai.
She
Great.
lives- Yeah.
So eventually we'll have a program for this, but in the meantime, we do what we can do, right?
And we're
That's it.
jumping on somebody else's train that's doing it, so I think that's
Yeah,
a good
they're
thing.
already
Why
set it up.
reinvent the
Okay,
wheel?
so
All right,
that-
so that's about
That's
it.
it. That's it. Let's have at it.
Yeah,
shall we?
let's close this thing out.
So give yourselves a hand. You've been beautiful today.
It's gone long today. Everywhere.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon of a drug. You can be the outcast, be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. You can start speaking up, nothing's gonna hurt you the way their words do. And they settle beneath your skin, kept on the inside with no sunlight. Sometimes that shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, but I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. Just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave.
All right. I want to see you be brave. We're going to be brave all week long. I know that. We're going to be our true, amazing selves. And I'm grateful for that and grateful for this time we've had. Grateful for the people who have helped today. Anna and Maureen, who are our Malama team. Thank you. Reverend Diane Decker, who was our amazing practitioner today, giving us a beautiful meditation and treatment. Rob Jones back there on video, making sure we're seen. And I just want to give a very special thank you to Giorgio back there, who at the very last minute came in for our beautiful Jonathan Lee, and we're knowing that he is healthy and strong right here and right now. And thank you, Giorgio, for all of that, for just stepping in. And to Kyle and Luis, my God, thank you. Beautiful music today. Yeah, to Ron Stover, who set up our hospitality, and whoever else is helping after. We know that Angela's involved in there somewhere because she's involved in everything. So thank you, Angela. Thank you, Charles Wolfork, for helping today and for your consciousness. And thank you to Kiana for her.
Yeah.
We cannot forget this beautiful display right here. And Janice, our youth director today, thank you. I'm so grateful, and I know that we go from here and just live the most fantastic week this week as we remember who and what we are and what we are capable of, and that is love. And so it is.
Everybody's been there, everybody's been still, down by the enemy, falling for the people, done some disappearing, bow down to the mighty. Don't run, stop holding your tongue. Well, maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live, and maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brave is when you say what you wanna say, and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say, and let the words fall out. 'Cause honestly, 'cause I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you, I just wanna see you, I just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you, I just wanna see you, I just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you, I just wanna see you, I just wanna see you, yeah. I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you, I just wanna see you, I just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave.